referencing flaws in the Scarlet Letter, if you would please, on your whiteboard, place the line, the phrase, a quote that you find most intriguing, most valuable, as far as talking about too much symbolism in the Scarlet Letter. As always, I would like to start this seminar with a round robin. So one of the things I do is to map the Socratic Seminar. What I like to do is put in their quotes for their round robin to get the conversation started, and then this helps me pace the conversation and see who is participating. And it's good for the post-reflection and for their writing piece afterwards, and also to help me with grading of the seminar. So what I would like you to do, please, is to share the quote, the comment, the thought that you have on your whiteboard. But remember, please, no elaboration. And I believe we will start with Haley.
Okay, my quote is, "It ceases to be impressive," paragraph 1.
In paragraph 2, we feel that he goes too far and is in danger of crossing the line that separates the sublime from its intimate neighbor.
What makes a good question is something that the students must think deeply about, that they really have to ponder and support what they're saying by quoting a page, a passage, a line. All right, well, I'm looking around and I see that a lot of you focused on one quote in particular. So after we complete the round robin, I will choose a quote that a lot of students have focused on, and we will start our discussion on the selected pieces. We're going to go to paragraph 1, and just to give you a visual, if you look here, it is the line that I have starred in purple. The quote was, "Hawthorne returns to it constantly, plays with it, and seems charmed by it, until at last the reader feels tempted to declare that his enjoyment of it is puerile or childish." Amanda, why did you choose that quote?
I picked this quote because I don't necessarily agree with it. He's using this symbol to convey a meaning.
I agree. At the beginning of Custom House, when you feel him put the A on his chest, he has a burning sensation, and you can feel the pain that Hester and Denzel feel.
I just feel like it's getting to the point where the symbols become cheesy.
I disagree with what Bailey said, and I more agree with what Ryan said, that the amount of symbolism allows you to understand how each character is all connected.
The questioning that I come up with really is focused on the students digging deeply into the text, asking the students to think about comparing text, to think about theme, symbolism. What parallels do you see, and is the minister's black veil just a mini version of the Scarlet Letter?
In paragraph 6, it clearly states that Mr. Hooper had on a black veil. I kind of related that to the Scarlet Letter because they're both some sort of clothing that they wear.
Sometimes I have 5 questions prepared. Sometimes I use 1. It's always good to overplan that and to have more questions than not enough, but definitely let the students take the lead. As we're talking about the symbols in the 2 pieces, we're noticing the ambiguity of the symbols. The A is adultery, the A is able, the A is angel. So what does that mean? Sometimes in Socratic Seminar, students are reticent, they're hesitant to answer a question. It could be that the question is complex, or they just need a little more time to think. Do a think, pair, share, work with the person beside you, talk through the symbols, think about it, discuss it. And so one technique that is really useful is think, pair, share, where a student can turn to a partner and discuss the question and the text and kind of come to a conclusion together and then share out together.
We think that the A in the sky doesn't represent angel like people are thinking it was.
Like it's showing his underlying guilt is still there, and that's how he perceives the A.
The A had to change to fit all of the symbols if he was gonna make them connect.
We kind of thought that it changes by the way the Puritan people change.
They're making excuses for their ministers because they're honorable men and see them higher than everyone else that they can't sin.
Okay, excellent. Great insight, good partner work, and we will move on then to our last question. Another technique that I like to use with classes is called My 2 cents, and you simply need 2 pennies per student, and this helps with students who are hesitant to speak and also those who like to speak all of the time. Those of you who have both pennies off your mat, you are silent until everyone has both pennies removed. Those of you with 2, It's your turn to jump in and speak up. The final question that I'm going to use will be an essential question. It will be an overarching question that will encompass all of the literature that we're reading, including fiction and nonfiction, to really get the students to think deeply and to pull the pieces together. Overall, what do you think Hawthorne's purpose was for writing both of these pieces, both the Scarlet Letter and the Minister's Black Veil?
I believe that Hawthorne's purpose in writing the Scarlet Letter and also the Minister's Black Veil was to convey his own sin and guilt for his family.
He had rather harsh ancestors who were supposed to be godly and high in the church, yet they did things like scorn people in public.
The author's purpose is clearly Puritan hypocrisy and the simplicity that they were supposed to live.